Happy Financial Awareness Day, gang. What's going on? Welcome back to your favorite solo podcast, Unremarkable. Another Weekends with Dad, doing the gosh darn thing. Guys, it's Financial Awareness Day. Huge problem in America. I believe we need to become far more financially aware, but we're going to do it in style. We're going to make it fun. We're going to do it with Dad. Dad, of course, being me, your host, your little drinking pal for the evening, Goose. Gonzo Gazpacho. On all the profiles, guys, do the following, the hitting us up, unremarkable.pod, X Unremarkable, whatever, Unremarkable Podcast on YouTube. Check us out on Spotify. Do the rate, the review, and the subscribe to the episodes and the channels. Give us a shout out. Hit us up. Give us some... slide into the DMs, hit us up in the comments. Let us know what you think we should be talking about. If you have any recommendations for, topics, any kind of tabloid stuff you'd want to hear about, any drink recommendations, anything, any poison you've been fancying, you want to hear me review on the pod, get a little shout out in the marquee, your name and the lights and, whatever handle you got, whatever. We'll do it. Reach out. Need some reaching out from you guys. We need to hear from you. Real non-motivated lately. Been real hard getting around to everything as of late. But I went, you know what? If we're going to have China paying our bills for a little while, if I want to be a little more financially aware, then we got to do the content. We got to do the filming. We got to do the clips. It's just so much work. It's a lot of work. We do everything by hand. Let us know what you think about it. We've only heard, some of the bad things in the comments that I obviously read. Thanks, by the way. Financial Awareness Day. We all need to be a little more fiscally aware. Make some financial goals for the quarters of the year. Couldn't hurt. Get rid of some of those subscriptions, guys. There's too many. There's too many subscriptions. Everybody's subscribed to something nowadays. I'm not trying to riff or, what do you do for work or anything over here, but it's a problem, dude. They have apps just for you to find out if you're paying into any application. I don't know if I still owe Planet Fitness any money. But you got to go to the location that you sign up at. I'm not going back over there. Fuck yourself. I'm not going over there. Cost me more money just to commute to you. This could be a very over-the-phone thing, and you're unwilling. No, you're never getting a dime, Bubba. You're not getting paid, period. Sorry. Every fast food chain has reward points. I mean, guys, can we just become a little bit more conscious of the decisions that we're making? I had the McDonald's app on my phone for maybe a week, and I deleted it. Not because I didn't foresee myself putting in a McDonald's order at any point. Not bad mouth at McDonald's here. I just felt bad for myself. I'm taking up data on my phone with the Mickey D's app. It feels bad. That's self-aware too of me, I think. I think maybe that I read too far into my own decisions. And then a lot of the other decisions I don't read too far enough into. I need therapy. That's a financial decision that I could get into, Can't wait to get back into therapy. They kicked me out. I've been 86 and, there's got to be a grace period. There's got to be a statute of limitations on that one. So we'll see. We'll see whenever the English-speaking therapy places in town, the clinics, the therapists, as we'll call them. I don't want to talk about my problems in Spanish. They're hard enough in English. For me, at least. I don't know. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter right now. This is oversharing at Weekends with Dad. I don't care what. Listen. If you want to ask about me, hear it from me. I'm not taking any questions from your mom. We'll call her the press. Okay? Not taking any questions at this time. You're just going to hear what I want you to, which is also going to be bad. It's also going to be bad. There's a little kind of bad news this week. Guys, kind of not, I mean, it's just going to be a little depressing, I think. When did Financial Awareness Day become a thing? Is this an American thing? Because if it's an American thing, this is not celebrated, and it should be. I think it should be celebrated. The history of National Financial Awareness Day. When you call it National Financial Awareness Day, it sounds like I have to ask what country. The origins of the holiday are unknown, but the aim is to develop and instill good financial practices that will solidify a person's current financial status and serve them through retirement. I'm talking about before retirement, homeboy. What you gonna help then? Well, you're gonna help me then? It's like 52 years old or something like that you could start pulling like Social Security. I still don't even know what that is. Really? I know you pay a lot into it, though. I doubt you get that back. 401ks kind of feels like a scam. Kind of feels like it's just really Social Security and what that ended up happening with them once the, economy go bust. Which it's, I'd gear up for that. Delete some apps, delete some memberships, and call it gearing up for the inevitable war. How to observe Financial Awareness Day. Okay, all right. So here's some key tips for you guys. Invest. Got to get money. Oh, got some money burning a hole in your pocket. That not only is an old-fashioned term, that is completely outdated. Yeah, you know what? I just had $300 sitting around. Nobody. Who? Maybe a 20-year-old still living with their parents and shit, which is fine, which is totally fine. In this economy, you'd be 30 living with your parents. I'm not gonna fully judge you. No, I don't think you've tried hard enough. But 2, take a trip to the U.S. Mint. What the hell is that? What better way to celebrate money than by finding out how it's made? There are 4 U.S. Mint locations: Philadelphia, Denver, San Francisco, and West Point. You say West Point like I'm supposed to know. It sounds like a fucking neighborhood to me. If pennies aren't quite as pretty as paper to you, head down to the U.S. Bureau of Engraving and Printing, or BEP for short. Yeah, just call it the fucking BEP. Not only do they offer you tours and rare currency products, blah, blah, blah. Well, how is that a tip? Oh, I guess to observe National Financial Awareness Day. Buddy, you're going to get somebody hurt inviting them just to go see how money's printed. You're going to get somebody hurt. Get smart about your money. Yeah, maybe that should be the only way to observe Financial Awareness Day. National Financial Awareness Day is a perfect opportunity to make a budget. We know. It's not an attractive task, but it's so important. Find out where you spend your money by making a spreadsheet. Okay, so become adequate in Excel. Hey man, it's good for the, resume, becoming good at Excel. It's not going to get you a fun job. Becoming proficient in Excel, in Microsoft Excel. They got a couple other ones. They got like they got a couple apps that are exactly like Excel. It's boring. Listen, guys. It's not going to get you any pussy being financially aware. But I tell you what, it will drive your new girlfriend insane when she finds out how, undecorated your apartment is, how undecorated your house is, how there's just nothing on the walls. This is where I eat and sleep and masturbate. And that's about all I need. Really all that men need. Single men, really all that we need. And it's not even a financially aware thing. We need maybe a bathroom with like a good mat in it. You could sleep in there, and we would. You could fit, look at any motel room. You could fit a microwave into not a bathtub, but a bathroom. Whitney, calm down. you can, your living quarters can be so small. And you know what? Honestly, thank God that women are, they're not running America, but they're trying their damnedest to put their 2 cents in. A lot of them is overcorrection. I'll give you that. I'll give you that. But the only reason we don't end up like China is women. The only reason that we don't end up living in a RV-sized room in a building like Sao Paulo with 9,000 other, like a whole city in one building, is because of women. It's not, listen, the American economy does get a lot of steam from pussy. And a 1-bedroom apartment is not going to get you any. Financial awareness day, whatever. Listen, it's got a lot. It's going to help you. It's going to help you. You can't, not everybody's a Nepo baby. By the way, anybody that calls like the child of like blue collar parents a Nepo baby, hilarious. I like that. Can we keep doing that? Can we keep shaming people who are like retiring on time and like pulling from their Social Security before they retire at 70, whatever the age is? What's the retirement age now? I mean, you're fucking useless at that point. No? By retirement age nowadays, you're shitting yourself in the workplace like quarterly at least. At least every 3 months. You laughed a little too hard or you coughed because you had a scratchy throat and something just came out. Social Security benefit is for 67 for those born in 1960 or later. Buddy, now, what is it now? For those born earlier, retirement age increases from 66 to 67. So there's no definitive answer. It's 67. You're like, yeah, but a year ago, I mean, it was 66, 67. What's it now? 67. Definitely 60. There's no 66. Absolutely no way. I don't know what you're making. I'd feel weird about being a salary employee. I wouldn't feel weird about $102K a year. I'd feel like I was balling. But you could also end up a company's bitch. And you don't want to do that. You don't want to be some kind of yes man for a corporation or organization. The WNBA is thriving in this case. They are putting their feet down, in which I'm sure a lot of them are on camera and selling those pictures because being a WNBA player is not nearly as profitable as they would like for it to be. Although you get paid better than the ratings show, which is good. I mean, count your blessings, really. But having dildos hit the floor, man. Having some sex toys hit the court. I can tell you one thing, is only helping ratings. It's only helping ratings. Guys, if you figure out how to make every WNBA game a little bit more like a Savannah Bananas game, then you're like upping the betting odds on every game. You're upping just the retention of the viewers is what you're doing. Wholeheartedly and honestly, there's a lot of sports that just, it really shows a very high retention rate, and it's admirable from whatever fans of said sports. Golf. How in the fucking hell do you watch a whole tour of golf? I would love to know that kind of patience. I would love to know what happened in your life. Be it, how boring it has been or how chaotic it had. Maybe your life is just shambles. And then you reach some kind of financial stability. You became a little bit more financially aware of yourself. And you started watching golf. And you're like, you know what? My entire life has been nothing but absolute chaos. I like to just sit and listen to commentators whisper and watch a couple guys knock some balls around. in a few city blocks worth of space. Just too much space. This has been going on for centuries. Pretty great. The dildos are very much so going to help. There was even a player that talked about next sex toy that hits the floor, you guys better look away because I'm bouncing on it. I don't know who said that, but I heard it was said. I hear bullshit though too. I hear chisme. Okay? I'm a little chismoso. I'm a little dirty bitch. Okay? I want to hear all the gossip, you know? I'm like a little receptionist. A little big white little white, big-haired, receptionist from the 60s, just smoking cigarettes and chewing gum at the same time. All you hear is smacking from outside the door. He's got to close it. That sucks, because in the summer, the building doesn't get great central air. It just doesn't get good air. And, he could open the door, but as soon as he does, plumes of smoke are coming in. Janice. Oh, one was like just regular colored shaped dick? I see that as protest. When a white man colored dick hits the WNBA floor, I see that as protest. You go ahead and that's where I draw the line. That's where I draw the line. I heard of the vibrant green one. I heard of the purple one that hit the floor. As you guys may know, we film this a week before it drops. So if any more have happened, we don't know about them. I will say maybe throw a bigger one. Maybe throw like a burdensome one. Where you when you were a kid and you were throwing rocks into the lake and you picked up a big one to see how far you could huck it in. One of those. Overwhelming amount of weight. And it's rubber too. So the weight's dispersed all throughout the thing. You throw it like this and the balls and the head of the shaft don't not touch your body until you fully released it. That's what I mean. That bend. Shot put. Shaft putt. I think it's fun. I think it's pretty good. I think anything helping the ratings and the betting odds on these things are exactly what the WNBA need. They're not going to make their menstrual cycle public. You just have to base the odds on when they score less than any other time for, a week. It's a lot of work. Gambling's a lot of work. And, kudos to anybody doing it. I don't gamble. But you gotta be pretty damn financially aware to be betting on a WNBA game. Completely. It's not rigged. How in the world? This is another one. I'm not saying that men are better at all these sports than women. Of course not. Of course not. But I think that men can more accurately rig a game. Because men can intentionally score and miss. They can intentionally score and they can intentionally miss. And I just don't know about these WNBA gals. I just don't know. A lot of intentional shots are missed. Yeah, everybody's talking about it right now. Male loneliness epidemic making me throw sex toys at WNBA games. Oh, fuck. Let's please not make... Because you're just... Did a woman write this article? You're really not helping the case of women talking about that it's incels throwing these dildos onto the court when you're like, it's a male loneliness problem. No. Going to a WNBA game is just a loneliness problem. It's not a male loneliness problem. It's a loneliness problem. That's a unisex, very broad problem that we've got. I heard one of the guys got banned from going to a WNBA game a year for a full year. I don't know about you. I intend on going to no more than one WNBA game in my lifetime. I don't think I feel like at this point he showed up just to throw a sex toy onto the court, and that's worth it. Right now, that's worth it. Because you have full control. You have a buddy, you tell your buddy, "Hey, put all that rent that doesn't quite make actually your fraction of the rent for this month, take all of that money, the money that you're going to be short on rent with, and you need to bet that the dildo is going to hit the floor at this exact time and what color it is, and I'll throw it then." Be more financially aware. If you and your buddies are going to be short on rent this month, you place a bet saying when the dildo is going to hit the court, and you have a buddy show up to the game and toss it exactly then. It's a very, I don't think, smart people would disagree with me. I'm pretty sure Hunter Biden would say, "Hey, obviously, right? Right? We got to make this a more profitable game. We have to get the retention rate of this goddamn game up. We're doing them a favor by throwing these cocks onto the floor." And then the WNBA instills a no bag rule, which I don't know about you guys, but it's 2025, and a lot of men are being encouraged to put things in their asses. Okay? The whole Biden administration caused all. It's the goddamn Biden administration that had these people saying it's my They're going to have to do. Metal detectors are not enough at the gates anymore of a WNBA game. We have to check and see if you're dilated. You know how burdensome it is? Now we don't have to go through bags anymore, but you do have to walk through a metal detector, drop trowel, and we got to pull your cheeks apart a little bit to see if you're still wincing, trying to regain elasticity. God, this game has just become disgusting. This game, you know what? I had a passion for this game before, and I may as well get into medicine now. Dildo coin. That's going to come up for sure. Dildo coin? Dude, we're going to bet on using dildo coin. We're going to bet WNBA odds. And it's not just going to be about dildos being thrown onto the court during a WNBA game. It's going to be anything going through. It's going to be a sponsor of the WNBA game. Brought to you by Dildo Coin. Because why not? You got to ride the wave, baby. All these women that are like just, trying to be more morally responsible. You need to be financially aware. So what you need to do, that morality shit is getting you nowhere. I got you into the WNBA, for Christ's sake. You need to be more financially aware. There were plenty of fields. Jocelyn, there were plenty of fields for you to get into. You chose basketball. I said, hey, maybe your daughter could play basketball. Maybe at that time, it's going to make some money. Not for you. Not in this day and age. Not right now, guys. Not right now. And maybe this is protest on trans players not being able to play in the WNBA game. We'll do it ourselves. We'll put cocks on the court. Everybody made such a fuss over it. These trans players in any sport. Which swimming? What are you, a fucking loser? You give a shit about a trans person swimming? You think... This all started with people being convinced that that drag queens were reading books to children often. I don't know what county this was allowed in. I don't know what school is sponsored by Fireball. Yeah, it's weird that you would have drag queens read to children. Yeah, that's kind of fucking weird. I don't know why that would happen at all. But then it just changed the whole, we're going to get rid of Dr. Seuss books and all this shit. This whole culture fucking war, this overcorrection of every goddamn thing has been so confusing to the point where now we're on like our fifth or sixth. Well, I'm calling it. We're filming a week before the episode. So I'm going to call. We're on like our eighth dildo. There's a problem. Okay? I didn't buy the vintage Dr. Seuss books in time. So now I'm reading Horton fucked a what? Huh? You to see Horton's cock in this picture book? What's wrong with you people? I'm looking at fucking Horton's big disgusting. Was Horton a mammoth? Mammoth cock with lipstick on the end of it, reading books to ants. God damn it. I don't know what Horton was. Horton's an elephant. Horton's an elephant. Horton could fuck whatever he wanted. Nobody could stop him. So maybe he's not inclusive. Maybe he's just like a rapist. Yeah, this is insane. Where was this actually a problem? I'd love to know where this whole thing started, because it's so unbelievable. It's just so unbelievable that it would be, I don't know. I feel like it was something that was blown out of proportion on the media, and everybody went, I don't need no. And of course, in the school libraries, anything with sex in it at all should be not in schools. Obviously, there should be no sexual content, period, in schools. The children are disgusting as is. They have full-on access to just about anything. I don't know how young people are now when they see a pussy for the first time. But when I saw a pussy for the first time in like a Playboy, I was like appalled. I was shook, as the children say. So you don't know what that's like anymore when you have to reach like a age of 11 years old or something like that to see a pussy for the first time and go, oh, it's daunting. It's daunting. And if you're a full-grown man now and of my age or older, and you pretend that you weren't a little upset in some way about seeing a vagina for the first time, she's doing this and shit. And it's a lot of emotions come about all at once. You're a liar. You're a liar. If you're around my age or higher, and you're pretending that you saw pussy for the first time and you went, no, you did not. No, you did not, bro. You're a liar. I'm going to have to talk to your mother, because something happened there that's probably a little more upsetting than a drag queen story hour. This is a program where drag performers read stories to children in libraries, schools, and bookstores, celebrating diversity and promoting literacy, meant to provide children with positive queer role models. Well, I wouldn't do that in person, Bubba. I don't know that I would do that in person. You're going to freak some kids out. You're going to freak some children out. Yeah, a lot of this shit was full-on overcorrection. A lot of this shit was very much, and it didn't have to be. And it was marketing, I think. I think that people just thought it was going to be lucrative in some certain way. I don't think anybody that greenlit this thought that it was going to be a positive thing for a lot of people, besides the drag queen. I think that it was mostly positive for the drag queen. What years of age were these children that they were reading to? This is something that you don't know about when you're a kid. Can we stop pretending? Can we stop pretending? But how far have they come very quickly like they superseded black people altogether. There was not a thing about having a black guy read a book to your kids at a library or a school or anything like that. There just wasn't. There just wasn't. They were like, hey, can we just like do this so that like kids can get used to being around black people? Like that could have been useful in places like Arkansas or Mississippi or, you know, any of these like real, you know, like whites. Put them around whites. And they're like, you're going to have to deal with this, which is a really weird way to put it. Being around black people shouldn't be upsetting. Have Mexicans and black people read to white children and maybe grow the attention there of hey, you're going to see these guys around. It's better you not be a teenager and laughing your ass off at the Indian guy that works at the Texaco because he's got an accent that he not only didn't overcome being, living in America, but he doesn't have to. He doesn't have to lose his accent to talk to you, you fucking psychopath. Can you stop doing the ringy dingy dungy when you're talking about selling me a chocolate bar, you fucking weirdo? No, dude, he ain't from here, you fucking weirdo. There's no country where drag queens were just born into existence. And you reading books to children that I'm assuming are under 10 years old, no, they're not going to be around this shit. Maybe do that shit in high school where it could be funny and all that shit. But you're pretending to be a part of you're pretending to somewhat lead some kind of movement that really is just not necessary at all. Period. No children should know who you like to fuck or if you like to dress up in any way. No. They're not having furries read to children. They're not having cosplayers read to children. How are drag queens any different than cosplayers? They don't need Spider-Man reading them a goddamn book. Put a black guy in front. Put Reading Rainbow in front of these children, for Christ's sake. There's a reason he was on TV. Just a very wholesome black man. There's nothing wrong with that. That's fucking weird, though. That's weird. The drag. Can we stop pretending that's not weird? That was not a weird thing to do. It also shouldn't be outrageous. You shouldn't want anybody harmed besides the person that greenlit that. You shouldn't want anybody harmed, taking part in that. It was already awkward enough for the kids. It might end up being a repressed memory. Daddy put on mommy's eyeshadow and read a book that we weren't listening to because children are not listening to you read a book most of the time. Very little, very small percentage of these children. You may as well be making these kids financially aware. You may as well be telling these kids how to diversify a portfolio, write up a resume. They yearn for the mines, okay? Teach them how to write up a resume. Special skills, mostly. And get them back to work. Get back to work. Criticisms. Yeah, no shit. Context. It's important to note the drag performances are vary widely from more family-friendly events to those with adult theme. Okay, fine. Which is fine. Which is obvious and which is fine. Not every drag queen is, gonna show you they're not, things, whatever. Is it not still like a weird, like, Carnival Cruise kind of show? Stop it. These are not common. These are not, like, you need to take time to wean into it. You pretending that this is some act of defiance is not a black man wearing Adidas in the Olympics in front of Hitler. Okay? Stop. Small wins. Small wins are fine. Fireball. Small wins are fine. Okay? Beyonce was nominated for 7 music awards and didn't get any of them. Yeah, sometimes small wins are good. To be nominated at all, guys. Drag Queen Story Hour. What a fucking weird thing to do. I'm sorry. It is. It's just really out of your way. It sounds like a hell gig. I've done some hell gigs. Okay? Sometimes you don't. Can we get the stories of the people in that were like, fuck, man. Yeah, I'm reading to kids. I don't know why. I don't know where it came from, but yeah, I'm all, ready for work, I guess. I wouldn't imagine that any of them or a lot of them even like children. Most people don't. Why would you? You're going to subject these poor drag queens to reading to children? Fuck out of my face. That's weirdo shit. Okay? Send them to Mississippi. The children... I don't know who to send to Mississippi. They've got enough problems. Mississippi's got a STD outbreak. It's like 102,000 out of every 100,000, which is a very weird set of numbers, very weird ratio. I'm pretty sure that's just like every 1.2 people per 10 people. I don't know why you have to make it sound like per capita. It's very weird of you to put it in the way that you put it. I don't know who wrote what I read, but you're wrong for that. That was a really dumb... I don't like dumb math shit. Just put 1.2 every 10 people. I'm pretty sure it works out that way. I'm pretty sure mathed out equivalent ratios and such. Pretty sure it's the same. I don't know how people in Mississippi are getting down. I think maybe they're bored. What's the capital of Mississippi? How many actual popular cities does Mississippi have? Was it a lot? Am I being stupid? Do I just not know? Anything about Mississippi? I think I just know nothing about Mississippi. I know damn well how to spell it. Learned that one long ago. I'm getting nothing out of this shit. It's just not a terribly popular state, probably. Jackson, Mississippi. I have no idea what they're known for. That's the only one I recognize, too. Which is fine. I've been to a lot of very not popular... What the hell is that?
Biloxi?
Biloxi? Are we sure that that's even how that's said? Okay. It very well could be like French. Balahi. Balahi. Balahu. Yeah, I know nothing about Mississippi. I don't even really know where it is. It's east, southeast, yes? Of the states? Is that southeast? Yeah. It's like almost as southeast as you could be. The furthest south of the easts that you can get next to Florida. That big old dirty dick. America's dirty little dick. We love it. Yeah, Mississippi, they're getting some new people, I think. With all this STD ruckus coming about. All this, I can't think of a pun. Lowest per capita income. Oof. So there literally is nothing to do in Mississippi besides fucking. Oh, that's unfortunate. Gotta keep them poor. Both the state's capital and largest city, Jackson. Greater Jackson is the state's most populous metropolitan area with a population of 591,978 in 2020. Well, those numbers could have varied. You picked a weird year to leave up on the Wikipedias here. Those numbers definitely could have varied. After 2020, we had an influx and outflux of people. Some died. Who knows? Natural causes, of course. People died of natural causes, of course. But people are about to die of natural causes even more now. If we're just all wearing our dicks out, if we're all just like chafing everybody out, You're probably fucking dry over there. It's humid enough. Listen, you don't gotta be wet. We's wet on the outside. Deep South regions. I don't know if I've met very many people from Mississippi. Pretty unfortunate, man. European exploration began in the Spanish in the 18th century, followed by French colonization in the 17th century. Well, that doesn't make any sense. Following, I think I would put the French colonization in the 17th century. Stupid. Mississippi's strategic location alongside the Mississippi River made its site a significant economic and strategic importance, especially during the era of cotton plantation agriculture, which led to its wealth pre-Civil War. Very cool. Not a lot of jobs now, I'm assuming. Poorest in the country per capita. Some of the poorest in the country per capita. Yeah, I haven't even really thought about the fact that I don't know of any. I don't know about Jackson, Mississippi. I don't know shit about Jackson, Mississippi. That's depressing. That's depressing. You hate to see it go down like that, huh? There's more depressing things happening. We're gonna end it with the most depressing thing, I think. This is a financially aware podcast. This day is about financial awareness, which is what we're celebrating. And I myself, being the betting man that I am, not financially betting, of course, but wagering an opinion every now and again. Dean Cain, our old Superman from, I'm pretty sure, Superman and Lois. Clark Kent and Lois Lane, or whatever that shitty show is called. This guy joined ICE, I think, because it was just financially probably responsible of him. I think that a lot of people don't end up with a whole lot of work when they're known for one role. That being said, I mean, this guy's got to be confused for like Slater. Because I could, out of a lineup, I'd be like, I know that fucking guy. But I didn't watch the fucking show. It's Superman and Lois, right? Yeah. Lois and Clark. Yeah, 90s show. Yeah, definitely. Look at that fucking guy. Jeez. What you ought to do is when he gets the ICE outfit, you ought to give him a red gaiter that drapes down in the back as a cape. Pretty cool. I don't know who's like following this man like Rocky to the front lines. But they're saying he's causing an influx. In which, what are they paying? First of all, what are they paying? I'm looking for an occupation change. Okay? What are they paying? I'm a fan of Doug Stanhope and wasting people's times. That man is a philosophical genius. I will take that money. I will take that money and do some Abbott and Costello, vaudevillian Charlie Chaplin bits where an immigrant runs this way and they come to there like, No, I didn't see him. I saw none of them. I think, honestly, the only way to really protest the whole fucking influx with how much money ICE has been given is where we all just go for the jobs. We all just take the jobs and then go back to work. Like normal work. Like actual work. Your job at TJ Maxx. Your job at Rent-A-Center. You just go, listen. The interview process is one of the easiest fucking jobs to land. It has to be. Where you go, I'm really passionate about making our country pure again. And you And they go, well, fuck. I mean, you get that's our mission statement right there. Make America pure once more. And then they give you the badge. They give you the little Punisher tattoo that you put a wet cloth onto your arm, and you get a Punisher emblem on your arm, and then you get a weighted vest that they got off Amazon. They go, is this bulletproof? They're like, I don't know, but we got a lot of them, so go ahead. And then you what you do is you just wear them for Halloween, and the rest of the time that you have it, you go back to your job at TJ Maxx and rent a center, and you help some ladies to their car, maybe immigrant ladies, who knows? These poor criminals need help getting their groceries to their vehicle. I'm about fucking tired of it. I don't care what any fucking hokey dumbass wants to do politically, but as soon as it becomes everybody else's fucking problem, you're a fucking dork, dude. You're a fucking dork. Superman. Dean Cain. Cool name too. Please don't tell me that's his real name. What's Dean Cain's real name? I bet you it's fucking Mexican. I bet you it sounds quite brown.
That's his name.
Bullshit. Changed later on in his life. Hold on, Dean George Tanaka. Sounds like a fucking immigrant to me. You look like Lou Diamond Phillips. You look like fucking Lou Diamond Phillips packed on 40 pounds, brother.
He was the host of Ripley's Believe It or Not?
No idea. Tanaka. Dean George Tanaka. What the fuck kind of name is that? Hawaiian?
Tanaka sounds Japanese.
Japanese. He's an American? Yeah, I know. It's the last name that I'm going for there. Born in an Air Force base. There you go. Yeah, that's Japanese. Okay. All right. So we had a good time, guys. Investigation over. It's that fucking easy. Look up their Wikipedia. Very cool. We all need to make some more financially aware decisions. If you want to do that by getting a second job that's going to pay well, but you don't do often, go ahead and hit them up, man. Their budget just tripled or whatever it was for the year. It'll at least pay for your gym membership, which we care about. Everybody should have one. Your insurance should cover it, but that's neither here nor there. That's me being some kind of pipe dream having F word. So that's me being a financial dreamer. I never watched Ripley's Believe It or Not. I can't believe I never watched that.
I don't know that was him.
I was big on the Guinness Book of World Records thing too. Like I had a couple of them. If you guys could pick up a second job as an influencer, maybe jump in on the learning some fun facts, and believe it or not, it's on TikTok. People like that kind of thing. It's just doom scroll material. And you could do that. You could do that. I believe in you. Okay? I'm going to support whatever you got going on because I only have to for the weekend. And then, you go back to your mom with this big pipe dream, and she's got to deal with buying you equipment and dealing with you filming yourself in the bathroom and in the car during Chick-fil-A. Mom, shut the fuck up. I haven't had this before. This is a genuine review. Can you please shut the fuck up for a moment? I'm trying to pay your bills. It's the American dream now. Boom. Boom. Guys, thank you for watching the episode. As always, do the rate and the review and subscribe and let us know in the DMs what drink you'd like to see me review. Get your name on the little marquee. What topics you want to hear my humble opinion on. We just want to hear from you. And it's good too. We're all about family things and such during the weekend. And rest assured, we're going to be right back here next week, signing some babies, kissing some titties, shaking some hands. Miss me!